Hi friends, hi everyone, and thank you once again for coming to the house of Talk About Life, and for the new viewers who are here, and also for our guest Victoria. About Life is a platform whereby people can share about their experiences about life in different aspects, about relationship, family, business, education. If you are still in if you're in the education sector, or you're in a business, share about your business, your growth, the things that you champion, the causes, how you rise from ashes to become the phoenix. It is a platform whereby it is very genuine. It is not a platform whereby we would like to hit the most number of likes and subscribe. That's never the calling. But the calling is really about the quality of our talk that is genuine. It is from the heart, and people who share genuinely wants to share it with the internet world. And because it's going to be out there for time and eternity, I am sure that everyone who comes onto the platform, including myself, we have the heart to say that, hey, let's do something positive as a humanitarian, to add something positive in this cacophony of the madness of the world, the madness of the internet world. But let's be a voice of reason, a voice of humanity in this world, and especially in the world of pandemic. A lot of us can't meet. We are meeting through the technology, but hey, through the technology, we can meet much more. In different time zones. With the phone, with the technology. Hey, in a situation like this, some positive things can come up. In the past, we never thought could happen. I could be interviewing somebody from India, someone in France, someone in Sweden, in the US. In the past, I would not have thought so. So, Talk About Life is really a platform with a very special purpose. I would say that it's a very humble purpose that we can share something positive, and for anyone who picks it up, I hope that whatever our talk is will add on to you and give you something to remember, something positive to remember. I think we would have done a good job, even if you remember a small clip in this whole madness of the internet world out there. Thank you so much once again, Victoria, Dior, for coming to the platform of Talk About Life. I'd like to thank you once again for your wonderful time, because you're a very busy businesswoman, a very successful entrepreneur. I should say, is there a female word for entrepreneur? I don't know. But very thank you for your time. Thank you for wanting to share. Thank you for wanting to give your story, whatever aspect, to the stranger world out there, and also in the spirit of sharing. Thank you once again, Victoria.
Thank you for your time too. Thank you for the session. And
and for those of you who are looking at this, it's actually 5:30 Singapore time, and Victoria has been so kind to come onto the show on a Sunday afternoon to share this. So hopefully, I'm very sure and very hopeful that we will share something positive. So Victoria, you have been a very successful entrepreneur, and I look up to female entrepreneurs like yourself. When I first start to speak to you, your energy come across to me as very real, very genuine. There is a certain spirit of perseverance and strength in you. You seem to be someone who doesn't want to give up, someone who's always going forward, and that's the spirit that we need right now in this pandemic, right? When even the government, even our prime minister and deputy prime minister, they can't tell us what's going to happen in the next month. They can't even tell us when it's going to be the phase 3 of opening. They can't even tell when the aircrafts are going to fly. So it's all whereby it is a world of
slowly but surely.
That's why I want you to share with us your spirit of perseverance, right from the beginning as a startup and as a woman. The challenges that you go through, the journeys that you go through. Tell us, Victoria. I really appreciate that.
Okay, where do I start? So first of all, I appreciate you for willing to have this session with me and to interview me. And I thought I was want to appreciate you for your effort in wanting to contribute to the world, to have to do YouTube video with to interview different entrepreneurs, to share different stories from different people, to help other people especially go through tough times.
Yeah.
And I think that really does that's very admirable, so I appreciate that. And yes, we have been talking over the phone for a few times. So I think I'm just thinking, where do I start? I guess being an entrepreneur wasn't really my life goal. I never ever thought about being an entrepreneur in the past. It was really through the work that I'm doing right now. Currently, my business is about leadership, is about education, and empowering individuals to take charge of their life through leadership.
And also to give a little bit background to the listeners or the viewers,
Sure.
and also to encapsulate it, to focus for the viewers. Victoria Dior, she's actually the founder and also the owner of the Asia Pacific licensee of GOLDZONE, and she's the founder and the general manager and heading this very good platform that empowers people, and I think that it is a very good cause. You know, it discovers the potential of people, and it gives people a particular purpose from them to seek strength in themselves. So that's the background of Victoria Dior. Tell us, you believed in it so much as a client right from the beginning that you took this on. You felt that it could be something so positive for people who's going through. Tell us, how did it happen?
It's a long story, but I'm going to make it short. So I started, so my background was in financial service industry, and I was very successful in my career, doing really well. And I came from a very, I'm not going to say humble, actually poor background. So my family wasn't, in terms of monetary wise, we were always, struggling and surviving. So from a very young age, I have this part of me that always wanted to, because my parents used to fight a lot over lack of money. So I always have this thing about, when I grow up, I want to make a lot of money so that I can have more happiness. That was what I assumed, at least at that time. So growing up, coming from that background, I tend to be more insecure and lack of confidence. But I have this part of me that really, that was very determined to do something in life that can give me a different life than what I grew up with. So anyway, the reason why I went to the financial industry was because I had a diploma, and I actually calculated what I would earn as an accounts assistant given my accountancy diploma, which is, this is not about making it right or wrong. Yeah. So I kind of thinking, if I want to further my studies to get a degree in the area of accounting, it's going to take me a long time if I just work on with a fixed income. So even though I was very shy and reserved, I decided to give myself a goal when the opportunity to join the financial industry as a sales profession came up. Because I was young, so I told myself I have nothing to lose. And it's true, when you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. I literally had nothing. So I had nothing to lose. I said I gave myself 2 years. If I succeed, I succeed. If not, I just have to go and find a fixed income job, right? And that was my attitude at that time. So I went in, and first 2 months I was doing okay, not that well. It happened that on the third month in the industry, it was a bonus month. So I saw a lot of my colleagues who were more senior than me. They were very happy during the bonus month, getting a lot of bonus, right? So a part of me was like, very jealous at that time. And I'm like, okay, jealous and motivated. I'm like, I'm not going to let this. I felt like a loser, actually. So I said to myself, next year, I'm not going to let this happen to me. So while everyone was taking a break during the bonus month, I was working very, very hard. And I was lucky because I had good role model in the industry for me to, go cold calling with them. Because I didn't have many friends. So most of my clients came from cold call. So I literally, go around with them to do cold calling. And then work really hard And in that month, I became the top producer. So I continue my basically, you know, working hard for the rest of the year, and also became one of the top new recruit in the company. And so, but the challenge with that is that I put in a lot of effort and I felt really drained. So I worked very hard physically, but emotionally, and also I think I got sick for about 2 weeks during the year, which is quite unusual. And I felt really drained. And so when the following financial year start again, everything got restarted. So then I restarted the whole thing again. So it felt like, I don't know whether you heard of, you have seen the movie Groundhog Day, right? So the whole thing feels like, you saw the trailer, Groundhog Day, yes, correct. So the whole thing felt like a Groundhog Day. So 1 year passed, and then the next year you restart your goal again, and then you set your goal again, and then you work hard again. So at the beginning, it was very exciting because I never imagined I could earn that kind of income in my early 20s. It was like, you know, close to 5-figure in the first year per month, and then subsequently went up to 5-figure. So, and which means I'm earning a lot more than my peers, right? So it was very exciting. But what I realized is that I was still not happy. I had a lot more choices, but I find myself still very limited to how I feel about myself. And making money and being, you know, and getting result from a career point of view wasn't as difficult as at the beginning. But my motivational level and energy actually went down dramatically after a few years, because just the money alone, right, was a little bit, wasn't driving me as much. I became a little bit more complacent, even though I was still doing well. So obviously, being the one of the top producer, my boss at that time was worried. So he said, hey, you need to do anything or not? You need to go and do some external, because financial industry always have a lot of internal training. So he wanted to send me to some external training, and or, you know, go and, I didn't have a religion or belief at that time. So he said, hey, you want to go to church, you want to go to temple, you want to go to this, find something that, you know, find some meaning in your life. So I look at him, it's like, huh? Okay. I was a little bit, you know, I tend to be more of a, like when if someone I trust asks me to do something, I tend to just follow. So I don't question things as much. So anyway, I did go to church, I did go to temple, I did go and just take a look, even though I was a little bit resistant to the different religion because of my preconception about the superstitious and all that. But actually I did go, and I managed to find some form of relief from, you know, I went to church, and I did enjoy some of what I got from the church. At the same time, a part of me still feel that something was missing. And anyway, long story short, the company that I'm licensee of, GOLDZONE, they came to Singapore, and I was looking for some form of external training that can help me develop myself personally, because I have had a lot of professional training. So and also one of the things I was really interested in was knowing that I was not confident to I hit a glass ceiling in my career. So I noticed that when it comes to meeting a certain group of people, I tend to have less confident in talking to them. But I didn't want to work that hard to achieve the same result. I want to work lesser to achieve the same result. So I know that by being able to meet people who are higher caliber will give me that kind of potential. But I noticed I didn't have the confidence to do that. So I wanted to do some form of training that can develop my confidence within myself. So I happened to go to two of those training. One was GOLDZONE, one was another company that I'm not going to mention. And they happened to be at the same time. I was interested. I went to the other one first. I was quite interested because of what they say and all that. Something very different from what I'm used to in terms of professional and technical training. But what got in the way of me doing something, because I tend to make decision fast. When I like something, I'll just do it. I don't have that much consideration. But what got in the way of me doing anything at that time was I find that they were a little bit aggressive. And when I say aggressive, right, the way they try to sell their product and services was very, they overdid it. it feels like they are trapping you to do something. And if you don't do something, they make you look like something is wrong with you. So that part wasn't very tasteful. And I say to them, I literally say to them, I'm interested, but I'm not going to make any decision today because of that whole experience with them. And then it happened that GOLDZONE came to Singapore too, and I went to their free seminar, and I had a whole different experience with them. And also, I saw the co-founder of GOLDZONE, Andrew McPherson, and when I saw her, I thought, oh my God, I have been wanting a role model in my life, a woman role model in my life. I never had one. And in that 2 hours, I saw something in her that had me feel like, wow, I want to learn from this person. I want to learn from this woman. There's something about her that I don't know how to describe. So anyway, that was the start of my journey to as a client of GOLDZONE. So I make decision on the day itself. No hesitation, I just went and signed up for the program, and the rest are history. So the reason why I'm very convicted in because of the program that I've attended with them, and that the clarity I have in terms of what I want to do in my life, what is meaningful to me, is very clear from that point, that this is what I want. I have never questioned myself. This is what I want to do. And that's why I always say to people, if you question yourself, right, then there's something about what you're doing that is not clear. Because even though I was doing really well in the financial service industry, and I said to myself, I'll be there for the rest of my life. However, along the way, I did question myself, is this what I really want to do for the rest of my life? That's the question I asked myself. And that, and it's not just during the tough period, it's on and off, it actually came to my mind. But whereas in this business, I actually have more challenges than when I was in a financial service industry, given that running a business is not easy, not to mention being a woman. So, but I never had that question in my mind, am I choosing the right thing? Is this what I really want to do? There's no such question I had in my mind. Even though during challenging period, sometimes my feeling is like, oh, this is too difficult, this is too hard, I feel like giving up. That is very normal along the way. But questioning myself, I had never done that before. So that's the story, how I got into this business. And I would say the main thing, the key to why I'm so passionate about this business is because before you start this interview, we were talking about sacrificing, how a lot of people, when they want to be successful, they feel that they're going to sacrifice one area for another. So one of the many key things that GOLDZONE helped me see the possibility is that what if you don't have to sacrifice any areas of your life to be successful in one area? What if you can have everything you want in an ideal situation? And I thought, wow, I've never thought about that before. And I know a lot of people will say bullshit, but for me, it's like, hey, if that's a possibility, why don't I look at what's the possibility if I don't limit myself? And so I can have the ideal relationship I want. I can have the ideal health I want. I can have the ideal business I want. I can be an ideal career. I can make the ideal money I want. Doesn't mean I have to be billionaire, because it's not about having billions of dollars. It's about having the ideal amount of wealth that can give you the choices that you want. And for everyone, it's very different. And what does ideal relationship look like? What does ideal health look like? And to me, that's something that especially in Singapore or in the most part of the world, right? Nobody talks about ideal. Everybody talk about maximize. You go maximize this, maximize that. And that's where the sacrifice happen. Ideal is different. Yeah.
When you first, and throughout your talk, there's so much things that come to my mind. I'm really hearing it very intently. And even though you have actually summarized very shortly, I'm sure the intensity of the journey was like really, really a lot.
It was the best of my life and the worst of my life.
When you make that switch, that is something I could really ask you.